my last situation. Matter of fact, hold on, let me wait. If you rolling?
We ain't rolling, but we are rolling. Gotta let the world know who he is, man. Cause I done got zoomed in too, watching it right here. Man, big
look, I'm gonna say, you got good shit.
Big Backstreets with Coach shit, man. We got my homie, man. I met him, shit, in the flesh, man, just about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, man, through the home of C Green, man. Y'all go with that family shop, too.
Family out now, man. That's why I'm
go grab that, man. I'm fucking with the family, man. And find out, man, the homies for the hood, man. Big homie, man. So y'all go tap in with him. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself to the streets, let everybody know who he is.
Hey, man, what's going down, man? This your boy, KidRicc James, KidRicc James. KidRicc, not Kendrick, you know what I'm talking about? The son of Rick James, the nephew of Sweet James. It's going down, man. The Lil York line, the Government Bank Gorilla, everything in between, niggas home shit, you know what I'm talking about? It go down. What up, man? Spill. What up to the bottom? You know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
shout out to the bricks. Yo, I'm good everywhere.
Good in the hood, man.
Yeah.
KidRicc James, man, the homie kid that did, man. The original kid, man.
The original kid that did. Much love the sauce. I respect you, man. I'm just the older kid that did.
Man, much love the sauce. Let's we gonna jump into it right there, then. Since
it's funny that you say that, because I gotta be real with you. When Sauce first came out, he threw me off. Because he was so different. And when he said Houston artists suck, when I first heard it, it threw me off for that first 10 seconds. And then it was like, damn, this young nigga right though.
Yeah.
When you listen to him.
You agree with him? Houston artists suck?
Let me say it like this here. He wasn't disrespecting the legacy. He was talking about the artists at that time. How, cause H-Town went through an identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? To where like, we used to be the innovators, and then all of a sudden we started trying to sound like ATL. Like nigga, Houston always created its own sound. You know what I'm saying? And during that time, that was when H-Town was having that ATL copycat syndrome and shit. And when he came out, you know, like that nigga was something different. But I call that nigga the evil genius. Cause like that's the first nigga, I'ma say this. Sauce is doing some shit that niggas ain't gonna understand for about 5 to 10 years. And that's one of the first niggas that from Houston that understand branding. Everything that nigga do is for a purpose.
You wanna say Slim?
Brand. Slim?
As far as what they did early on with Boss Hog?
I'm gonna tell you like this here, there's a difference. Okay. Because Slim was here. And then of course you got your J-Dog, you know, his star power every chance he opened his mouth, you know, to put on his team. You know, that's not saying that Slim did it in his own way, but I just ain't never seen nobody do that shit like
on the scale of Walka.
Yeah, like what Walka doing. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Walka, man.
Yeah, shout out to him. I love that shit for the city because I think a lot of H-Town artists be stuck in that same box sometimes.
Yep, most times.
And a lot of people got rich off our sound because they learned how to do I can't say they learned how to do what some artists didn't do. Like it's cool to do the H-Town sound, but refreshing, innovative. That's why you see Drake, you know what I'm saying, coming out with that shit. When you got niggas like Justin Timberlake chopping and screwing their motherfucking songs, my nigga, come on, bro. This is a huge pop star that's emulating the H-Town sound. You know what I'm saying? So you know when it gets to that point, like you just gotta understand. Well, artists eventually understood that shit. That it's alright, you know, nigga. We gonna forever believe this H-Town, my nigga. You know, of course.
It's hard to break away from because even when I hear Pop in Your Birthday set, I'm like, damn, man, I miss when Kiki was on that shit, but I hate that, like you say, the youth didn't embrace it till, you know, until Walka came.
Well, it's different drugs now, so that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't jam smooth when you're on Molly, my nigga. You can't. You know, that shit sounded good to us, you know what I'm saying? It was just a matter of just doing shit, you know, in a new creative way, man. But I think like H-Town, the niggas don't realize how cool H-Town is everywhere else, man. Once I started traveling, as soon as I said I was from Houston,
they love it.
Yeah, they love it.
You'll swear it's and I be like, man, I done been here. I'm from Houston. I don't know, not no old skirt shit. I'm from White Hill, man. Ain't cause I don't get nobody to tell me shit, man. You know, I done been team, you know, Southwest and all that, but for the most part, I know Houston. And I be intrigued. I be like, damn, they love this bitch like that.
Yeah, like,
and then it be like, we are the culture. That's why I say, like, I'm back. We are the culture, man. But going back to you, man, I know we started rapping and we had to pay homage to the homie Walka, man. 4 Hills. you was doing the artistry, CEO, man, you with the homies, man. Shout out my homies over there at PED too, man. But man, you got your store doing music, man. How did that just start and how did you transition?
Man, truth be told, like anybody that know me from like middle school, being on the block, I always rap, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was just something that I just always did, man. And you know, that shit just took off, man. Like I think I knew that it was serious, but I think the first time I realized it, true story, man, Scarface came to the hood to try to sign it. You know, I come from a group, DSMC, man. If you know, ask J-Dog, ask Mario, ask 50 Twin, man. If you don't know from the hood, and they'll tell you about that DSMC shit. But one of the original members. And so at the time, I'm gonna show my age a little bit. When the Ghetto Boys dropped the album Back in the Gap called The Resurrection, the single was a song called The World is a Ghetto. The dudes that are singing on that song was named Flage. They stayed on Good Bank. They from Acres Home, but they was on Good Bank at the time.
History.
You know what I'm saying? So this is back when Corey Mo was fucking with rap a lot.
Shout out Corey Mo.
Shout out to my boy Trey Mendes. Trey was actually on Big Mike shit. That was like right after Big Mike had went gold and dropped the second shit. Trey Mendes out of North Line Point. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that was the homie too though. But like, we was all centered on Good Bank. And you know, Flage told Face about the group. Face came to Good Bank. Scarface pulled up, talking about real nigga shit. Came to the trenches. And you know, wanted to fuck with niggas, and it's crazy because at the time I was too young to sign a contract and I was a minor. And you know, my T lady straight church eyes, man. So she wasn't fitting it. You know, top secretary of the church, like nigga, I'm one of them niggas that was 5-6 days in the church house.
Okay.
You know, like she wasn't trying to hit it. She ain't want a baby out there, you know what I'm saying, doing this shit. And it's crazy because at the time I was fucked up about it, but she really did me a favor, you know what I'm saying? And just, long story short, man, between me being out here living my rhymes and doing the shit that I was rapping about, you know what I'm saying? You know, bumping my head here and there, you know, might get locked up, go do, you know, you just, whatever average street niggas go through, you know what I'm saying? Just fill in the blanks. I'm not just gonna sit up here and just give two to them, but you know, but whatever you think that a street nigga supposed to do, I did that and some. But going through that, man, I just kept bumping my head, you know, cause like, man, like I was around for all of that shit, like the whole Swisher House movement when that shit started. Like Selective Sounds, history. Selective Sounds used to be right there on Gut Bank.
I want to do a documentary.
I sold crack on that strip, my nigga.
Talk about Selective Sounds real quick.
Selective Sounds, hands down, changed the motherfucking game, man. Like shout out to Gene, man. Like Gene don't get the props that he deserves because that Swisher House shit didn't take off like it did until Selective Sounds. Point blank period, my nigga. Like if you was anybody, you needed your shit in Selective Sounds. And that shit was responsible for everybody that you saw coming to the Swisher House. Like, cause Lil Mario was the first person out from Homestead to be on the Swisher House joint. Smack say it's Lil Pluck, but I argue with him. I'm gonna ride with Mario. Shout out to you too, Pluck. You know I love you, big. But you know, just as Mario opened up that door, because without Mario, you don't get Slim, you don't get J-Dog, you don't get the Twins, you know what I'm saying? Like, hands down, like, shout out Mario, that's bro, you know what I'm saying? And he opened that door, and I don't think niggas, like, on the cool, like...
Would you say, I mean, cut you off, as far as Acres Home, or as far as Northside, or as far as just that Good Bank, or what do you just say?
Both, but because Yo was who took everybody, like, real nigga shit, Yo took me. And I actually did some freestyles and shit. That was when I found out some of the boys was writing. I'm not gonna expose you right here, but some of y'all know who y'all is. But I found out niggas was writing that night. And to show you how long ago this was, that was supposed to be on Northside 8. And that was right before I had to go sit down for a little bit. And long story short, it dropped and my shit wasn't on there for whatever reasons. But I was around for like a lot of shit. But back to your question though, like Mario, and I'm not saying this because it's the homie, I'm just saying this because it's the truth.
You from the air or some shit you know.
Yo got that opportunity and brought that shit back to the hood and don't get appreciated the way that he needs to. Just being straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't really just talk about the fact and look at the fact that, like, yo, because not only did he change the game for the North, but he damn sure did it for the Lakers home, you know what I'm saying? Like, that man gave us our identity, my nigga. Like, niggas wasn't screaming for folks till yo start screaming that shit on the tapes.
Niggas didn't know about Florida City at 90601 and
you know.
North Plaza and North Shore Records and, you know, got it right there.
And bro did that, so it was like,
you know what I'm saying?
But it was crazy because, like, I was more of a lyrical cat, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a kind of an East Coast mix in my shit. Like, back in the days, I kind of used to rap like mystical and shit, you know what I'm saying? And just long story short, man, like, you know, after going through a couple of bad deals and shit, I just learned the game, you know, from sitting with the lawyers, learning that shit, man. And so it's like now, you know, I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? I got my own situation. I'm, you know, with PUD too, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's the fam, like Big Pup, man, you know, that's my brother, man. Like, we do business and, like, you know, PUD is my family. It's like I just learned how to, let me say it this way, in this business, or in business period, learn to have more than one motherfucking hustle.
Talking.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be with the team and then also establish an entity, because it's not you. And pay attention, y'all. If y'all listen to nothing else, I'm giving y'all some game. If you with a team, let's just say y'all a record label, right? It's a good thing for one nigga to go start a video company. It's a good thing for one nigga to go start a t-shirt company. It's a good thing for one nigga to start